Hello everyone, Totally T-Mac here, Tony McEwing with news you can use. Buying a new car can be extremely exciting, but it can also be excruciating and unbelievably frustrating. So I'm going to give you some tips to make sure you don't overpay for that vehicle of your dreams. Tip number one, do your research. The more information you have when you get to the dealership, the greater your chances of getting the lowest price. The old adage, information is power, definitely applies here. Tip number two, doing your research will allow you to set the ground rules for the negotiations and work from a position of strength. Don't allow the salesperson to control the conversation because the bottom line is it's your money. Now, the salesperson will likely begin the discussion by talking about the MSRP, that's the manufacturer's suggested retail price, or he or she might try to steer you toward just how low they can get your monthly payments. Don't fall for it. Do not take that bait. Tip number three, let the salesperson know that you know the score. If he or she starts talking price, make sure you negotiate from the absolute lowest price and work up from there. You never want to start with the MSRP, and that leads us to tip number four. Your opening bid should never be based on what the manufacturer says the dealer should sell the vehicle for, but instead on what the dealer actually paid for the vehicle, which you can find out by doing your research. That way you can offer what you believe is a fair price. Tip number five, you should also have competing bids from other local dealerships or car selling websites, but don't disclose right away exactly what those prices are, only that you have them. Keep in mind, by focusing on how low the salesperson can get your monthly payments allows him or her to lump everything into one conversation that in the end is not going to work to your advantage. And that leads us to tip number six. Let the salesperson know you want to negotiate one thing at a time so they can't muddy up the water. That means nailing down the price you're going to pay first, then the value of any trade-in you might have, and financing if appropriate. Those things should all be discussed separately. Remember, you're trying to get the lowest price possible. The more you know and the more you're in control, the better the outcome is going to be for you. Be sure to let the salesperson know the amount you're prepared to pay includes what you believe is a fair profit for what the dealer actually paid for the vehicle. Now, be aware, there's usually a lot of back and forth and haggling as the salesperson checks in with the sales manager and comes back with counter offers. That's common procedure. The important thing is don't be intimidated and keep working from your lowest figure, maybe raising it a little at a time if necessary, rather than taking any counteroffer, which is likely to be much higher than you want to pay. Now, if you've received a legitimate bid from another dealership that you're actually prepared to pay, it's perfectly okay to ask if the salesperson can beat that price. That could save you a whole lot of time and hassle. And that brings us to our final tip, number 7. If you just can't seem to agree on the terms of a sale, be prepared to just walk away. Having information and knowing the maximum you're willing to pay can make a huge difference. Now, I know that's a whole lot of information packed into a short period of time. Fortunately, you can review this video as much as you want to get it all down. And be sure to let me know in the comments below if you have any other tips viewers might find helpful. Feel free to subscribe and click that notification bell. And as always, please like and share the channel. And thanks for watching and have a great day. And I'll see you next time on Totally T-Mac with more news you can use.